Swim check 1, 2. Bike check 1, 2. Run check 1, 2. I think we're ready. Let's try this. Welcome to the Try Beginner's Luck podcast, a podcast where we explore the sport of triathlon from a variety of perspectives to help beginner triathletes on their journey. I am your host, Mashonda Shines. Well, welcome back to another edition of Try Beginner's Luck. I'm so excited to be back, y'all. I hope you enjoyed last week's episode with Ed Chang. And this week, we're moving on to a true beginner, like literally coming out the gate big, trying beginner's luck. I cannot wait to dive into the story because my mind is already completely blown. When I was in Ironman California a couple of weeks ago, I spotted this young athlete and thought, who is this kid? He looked so young, so full of energy at the time I saw him, and then so delirious by the time I saw him again. And I just had to know, one, who he was and what was his story. Then when I inquired out loud, because sometimes my inner thoughts sometimes come outside and my outside voice is heard when I'm thinking it's internal. And his aunt turned around and beaming with pride and said, "That's my nephew." I didn't know what I was about to hear, but y'all, it stopped me in my tracks. Her nephew had just turned 18. He signed up for Ironman California as his first ever organized race on a dare. And because he wants to be a Navy SEAL. Right. Your mind is blown just like mine. I get it. I totally get it. He has not done a 5K, not a sprint, not even a half Ironman, but he skipped all the steps and went to a full Ironman. And let me tell you, he finished it. This story is the true essence of trying beginner's luck, like literally. Sometimes we try and it doesn't go as planned, but we learn, we grow, and we keep growing. And sometimes we surprise ourselves and everyone who is watching. Today, we get to dive into what the mindset, grit, and curiosity of being an 18-year-old who just wanted to give it a try. And now he's tried his way into Ironman history, to say the least. So grab whatever you need to grab. If you're riding your bike, grab your shoes, grab your headphones, because you are about to hear how a dare turned into determination. And I am beyond grateful to welcome to this show Mr. Jaharie Osborne. So, how about you say, let's try this? Jaharie, welcome to Try Beginner's Luck. How are you?
I'm feeling really good today. I'm feeling really good. I was really excited to get on. I've been waiting all day. So
Yay.
yeah.
Well, that
First,
makes me excited that you've been waiting all day because I actually have been waiting for a couple of weeks now. I'm like, doing my research, trying to get in contact with your aunt to make sure that you were able to get on the show because I recognize that it's not every day that I get to meet not only an 18-year-old, but the facts are the facts. When I spotted you on the course the first time, I remember you during bike because I happened to be at special needs for the bike.
okay.
And I saw you come by and I was like, this is interesting. The first thing that's I spotted was that you rolled with no clips.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, this is interesting. But it wasn't until I saw you coming into the finish line where you were completely delirious. I mean, like you didn't even know which way to go to the finish line. And
Yeah.
it literally was right in front of you. And I thought, whoa, who is this? Because I knew just you have a very youthful look. And I had heard that this was the largest class of maybe 18 to 24-year-olds. So I knew you were a part of that group.
Okay.
But one, let's just start with how amazing does it feel to have gone after Ironman California on your first try and you were able to make it to the red carpet?
Whoa. Honestly, I can't. It's still weird to me. Like they keep reminding me every day. And I watch like before the Ironman, I watched so many videos, and like when I watch these videos, like I never thought I would become an Ironman. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that one day, but not like a year, like the next year. Like so when my hold on, I don't know how to say it. Mm, it just it feels kind of unbelievable. And honestly, thinking about it, like becoming an Iron Man, I don't know, I feel like I will feel like I don't know, like better than everyone. But honestly, doing the Iron Man and seeing all the different type of ages and age groups and sizes of people, and it really shows me like anybody can really do stuff if you really push yourself and discipline yourself. So, but becoming an Ironman felt great. And honestly, this is definitely not going to be my last one. I'm definitely doing more in the future, trying more long term, 100%.
I love it. I love that you're going to return. But when you return, will you return now to a shorter distance and try to conquer the sprint, perhaps? Do the sprint, do an Olympic, do a half, and then do another full? Or you are set in long courses where it's at for me.
I'm planning to do Oceanside on March, so the half one in
Okay.
San Diego. So yeah, a lot of people said it was fun who I talked to on the course. So
I'm sorry. Let's back that up real quick. People on the course that you were talking to said it was
yeah,
fun.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, so this is during the run.
yeah, doing a run.
Let's talk about these conversations on the run. What are you talking about on the run? How do you have conversations when you're trying to get to the finish line?
Well, most of the time I was doing like a light jog because my legs were just killing me.
Mhm.
So how I really got through the run was like jogging and talking to other people while I'm jogging to try and distract myself. Normally, the main way I really got through the race was like just the other people around me and all the support you had. But like when we talk about how like the people I talked to on the race,
Mhm.
um, one person I talked to who really came to me. I still think about his name is Mario. I don't know his last name. And he's 41 years old. And he told me how this is like his like fifth, seventh Ironman. And he was just giving me tips and I told him about how I wanted to go to the Navy and stuff. And he told me he used to be in the Army. And yeah, that's
Mm. What I find interesting, and I think those who are listening will find interesting, is on the course, you really do get an opportunity to meet people who you would have never met because you're out there struggling together and you don't know their story, they don't know your story, but you learn to just appreciate and embrace the moment. And like you said, that was how you got through. So, sorry, I called you Jabari and it's Jaharie.
yes, yes.
Sorry, Jaharie. Um, let's run this back. Let's start from this dare
Oh,
and the
oh,
friend that dared you. And why didn't they do it with you, or did they do it with you?
so my friend, we would have did it together, but his birthday is in December. So he wasn't 18 to do it. So he just dared me to do it. And how it came up is like randomly in the car. Like I think he picked me up from my house and was just driving to his house to hang out. And then in the car, randomly, he said, "Hey, there's gonna be like a triathlon here in Sacramento, right?" I was like, "Really?" He's like the Ironman. And instantly when he said it, I instantly knew what he was talking about. But I didn't know there were like an Ironman California here in Sacramento where I live.
Mhm.
So, and he kind of from there, he kind of just dared me to do it pretty much.
He just said, "Hey, yo, Jahari, I dare
No,
you to do it."
we were planning, we were gonna do it together, and then I looked it up, realized it's only for when you turn 18, when you like 18 or older, and so he pretty much just dared me to do it, and then we're probably gonna do the next one together. So
Okay.
they really started from a dare because I wasn't thinking about to do it if he wasn't gonna do it, and then he dared me, and we're really competitive. So
So
and this
two
is my
competitive friends.
best friend,
Okay.
so that's how it really started. And it was like 2 months before the Ironman too, so I didn't really get a lot of training in. But I was already training before, like even new, because I was already training for like SEALs. I'm trying to go to SEALs. So I was already kind of already fit, but I never really biked that much ever. So I was always kind of scared about the biking part. So mostly through that 2 months, I was training how to bike and I didn't have a bike. So I was going to the gym and using like their bikes there just to like work out my legs. And then like a week before the race, I rented a bike from a local place and started using that to train a little and then done and then do the race.
Oh, Jahari, that has changed the whole course and
Yeah.
context of this entire interview. So now what you're telling me is you're superhuman.
I feel like I was more lucky for sure. Definitely because I think this was probably the best weather we had versus every other California Ironman. So probably was lucky and then the water was faster than normal. So I think I was just a lucky person and
Yeah.
just pushed through it and the people.
You hashtag try beginner's luck.
Yeah,
I love it. I
really.
love that you were fit, but you weren't technically Ironman fit two
Yeah.
months prior to this race. So you registered for it on your 18th birthday.
I would say like a week after my 18th
Wow.
birthday. Yeah.
And so uh, did your family say okay to this? And if so, were there conversations in the household about like why this is a lot of money? Like, bro, what son, nephew, what's really going on in your brain that you want to do an
Well,
Ironman?
main reason because my friend dared me, and then really the second reason is just to see how far I can push myself and see like all the training I did. I want to see what that training did for me,
Yeah.
if I put in the right words.
Yeah. So let's go
But,
through your first race. Usually when people come to try beginners, like they've done several races, or if they've done their first, it's usually a sprint. You are my first guest that's come out the box with an Ironman. And I think it's absolutely incredible. And I also want to add that I had an opportunity well, a Navy SEAL got into one of my lanes one time. I didn't know what he was trying to do, but he was really trying to outswim me. And that was the target that um, I guess his coach told him to do. And so I want to start with the swim because obviously to be a Navy SEAL, you have to know how to swim.
yeah.
Did you learn how to swim so that you could, try to train for SEALs, or had you always known how to swim?
Actually, I wasn't a really good swimmer. Like, so 6 months ago, I wasn't really a good, like, I wouldn't say I was like your average swimmer. I'm probably like below average. And then I started training myself how to swim in like, I started in an apartment pool, summertime, like around the summertime.
Hmm.
And then I got a gym membership, and then I started going to the pool at the gym, and I slowly started up in it, and then started swimming in like the local river. And then my same friend around, I think maybe around like the middle of summer, and this is like 2 months in of me trying to get better at swimming. Um, 2 months in, and he asked me if you want to do like an open water swim. But my friend, he's like a really good swimmer. Honestly, he's probably the main person who would be really good at doing an Ironman because he's the person who always bike, swim, and run and stuff. So he asked me to do a swim in like Tahoe Lake, and we swam to one side to all the way to the other side of the lake. Not fully. It was like a 12-mile swim, like all in one. But I didn't swim the whole time though. I didn't swim the whole time. Like his grandma had a boat like following us while going to the other side. So I always hold on to the boat a couple minutes and then keep swimming. Hold on to the boat for a couple 30 minutes and keep swimming. So, and like, so I'm kind of used to like doing something like training for a little bit and then jumping to do something absolute crazy. So
I want to
I
run this
know
back because
I,
I want to make sure
I,
I'm hearing you correctly. Maybe I need to clean out the wax out of my ears. I don't know. Did you say you swam 12 miles for an open water swim?
yeah,
Wow. So your first open water swim was an extreme 12 miles. No matter how long it took you, the fact that you swam. So when you first said Lake Tahoe, my eyes kind of went big because I'm like, that's a huge lake.
yeah.
12 miles. How long did that take you?
I think it took me, I think about maybe, I think, I think 6, maybe 7 hours. Because I didn't time it, but I ate gills and I drank water throughout the whole race. I had a wetsuit, and water wasn't actually really that cold either. I thought it would be way colder, maybe because it was summer, and but I was so exhausted after. It was
So you guys did 12 miles for fun? This wasn't a part of like a race where you had to be
yeah,
self-supporting.
it was pretty much for fun. We were just trying to see how far we can push ourselves. Yeah, we're a pretty weird group. We're pretty
You're very different for sure. We have this saying in the world of triathlon, you need better friends, but it's really a good thing because you have friends who are pushing you. But wow, at this age, you are already doing extreme things where you can be doing so many different activities. The fact that you are pushing your bodies and your mental capacities in extreme endurance sports, to me, is overwhelmingly amazing. And I am in awe. I've never swum 12 miles anywhere. Probably wouldn't even think of doing it. So the fact that you've done more, that distance more than probably most people who listen to this podcast for just fun.
I know it's still crazy.
For fun. Wow. Okay. So you do this training ride. I mean, it's just, excuse me, this training swim in Lake Tahoe. How many weeks was this prior to California?
How many weeks prefer? This was about the month before August. So about like I think six. No, I think six, maybe 7 weeks.
Mm.
I think so. I might be wrong.
And did you do any more open water swims after that?
Um, no, only was in the only at the gym almost every
Gotcha.
day.
I mean, you
Yeah.
shouldn't have to do that to do 12 miles. Like you know you can do two if you can do 12. Like, I
Yeah.
get it.
But it was still like, I don't know, scary because I never did like, because I watched videos. So it was scary because people say you get hit while you're swimming, you're getting hit because it's like big groups. And I never swam in big groups. And only was me and my friend out there in the water and his grandma on the boat. Right. So I was kind of scared about the big group part. And I don't know, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, getting cramped up or something. And I'm pretty sure the water was colder than Lake Tahoe water at the time. So it was, I was scared about that shock too
So let's
of
just
getting
get right
in.
into the swim. How was
Yeah.
the 2.4 miles for you? This is your first
Uh,
time swimming with other people, especially a large crowd, over
yeah.
thousands of you ultimately in the American and Sacramento River. So, what was that like for you?
Honestly, it was way better than I thought. I thought it would be way more chaotic. I thought I would be getting hit all the time. I thought I thought I would be like swimming off my swimming path, like hitting something or maybe. And I know I swim in I didn't really swim in Lake Tahoe, but I gun not Lake Tahoe, sorry, American River like for fun, but I never really swim in it. I just got down there with my family. I know there's like a lot of trees sticking out and stuff out the water sometimes, and I was scared of getting hit by one of those trees or something or hitting somebody. So I mean, but it was way better than I thought. But the part I was really scared about the swim was like probably the beginning.
Mm,
Because normally I won't say I'm really that good with cold water. So I was scared about like going in the water so fast and getting that shock. Because the time when I swim in Lake Tahoe, it took me like 10 minutes to actually start swimming the 12 miles. I was just in the water trying to get my body to the right temperature. So like just jumping in the water like that in the Ironman with a bunch of people too. I was kind of scared of that shock
mm,
because I'm normally not used to like running into the water like that and instantly just started swimming.
mm. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that Jahari finished in 1 hour and 6 minutes and 50 seconds. So that's not too shabby, Jahari. Now let's move on to the bike. You only had previously biked at the gyms using the gym bikes, the Swin bikes, or maybe they might have Pelotons. So what was that transition like from the indoor cycling bikes to an actual bike the week before the race?
Honestly, I was excited because when I got the bike from the rental, they felt amazing when I started riding it. I was like, "Oh yeah, I can do 112 miles on this. This is nice." Because honestly, I thought it would be like the indoor bike and be kind of garbage, right? But I felt good. If my butt felt good, I feel like I could sit on it for a couple hours. Um, so I was excited. The only part I was really nervous about on the whole race was the swim, and then honestly, from there, I was just gonna try to get through every part.
Okay.
So,
So how was the actual bike the day of the race?
um. The bike ride, it was I would say it was very long and boring.
Say more.
Oh, um, one thing I realized is everybody had like bike shoes, like these bike shoes, like clip-ons.
Mhm.
I didn't know everybody was gonna wear clip-ons. I did get like bike shoes, but they weren't the right size and I didn't have like the clip-on pedals with them. And this was like 3 days before the race. So I couldn't really like order none. And I didn't know really where to get them. So I just kind of just got normal shoes because I thought that would be okay. But
And it was
and
for you.
surprisingly, a lot of people like when I was just riding the bike, a lot of people just like kind of rode next to me and asked me why I'm just riding with normal shoes on. I was like, oh, I thought it was normal.
I
So
love it. So people are like riding past you, they're in their arrow position, like, hey, you just got on tennis shoes out here.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, that has to be so hilarious. Um, but 112 miles on a bike that you had not ridden 112 miles on, was your butt as comfortable as it was when you rode it or test rode it for the moments that you did when you first got the bike? Like, what was that sensation about?
Honestly, yeah, it was definitely sore. I would say like my lower back was probably the most sorest part after the bike ride, to be honest. And then being on the bike for so long, like nonstop, because I only really used the bathroom like only like 4 times, right? Being on the bike for so long and then like getting off and transitioning to the run, it was kind of weird. I got a little dizzy because I'm so used to doing that pedaling movement, right? But I'm trying to think what probably was one of the hardest times on the bike. Um, I think the hardest time is when I probably had I had a flat tire. I had a flat. So when I had that flat and I was just like on the side, when I took out my little like my tools, I forgot my like little like my wrench or not my little wrench, but my like screwdriver to screw off the wheel so I can take it off and replace the tire. So I was just standing there, don't like not knowing what to do. People were passing me. And then randomly a guy was like passing by me and he was like, "Hey, do you want me to call like HR?" I think he said. And I was like, "Yeah, yes, please." And he called HR and then like some people came with some wheels. But I was like on the side of the road for like 20 minutes, for like a
Mm.
good 20 minutes. So I thought I was almost gonna get like disqualified because I forgot my gear and stuff. But HR came and we replaced the tire. And then they asked me why I didn't have no like bike shoes. I was like, "Oh,
The bike shoes were the star of the day. The no bike
yeah,
shoes, that is. Like,
yeah, no
wait,
bike
where's your
shoes."
bike shoes? So HR, is that a person or?
Oh, HR is, I think it's like a bike group. So there's like a people who ride bikes, but they have like extra tires and like tools and stuff. So when you do have a flat or if you get hurt, fall off your bike or something, that's what they, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's what they are.
Okay, so the 20 minutes that you were sitting on the side of the road, what was going through your mind beyond being disqualified?
Well, I was thinking the cons and but like the good things too though. So I'm taking a good break, so I was pretty much, I felt really good when I got back on the bike and I was going at a pretty fast pace because I took such a long break just sitting there. But the other part is like how far I got back in the race and all these people were passing me, and I was worried. And I feel like I was already going kind of slow on the bike ride too, like just trying to take my time, just trying to get through it. So I was worried about the deadlines too, but it worked out. It definitely worked out for me on the long run.
Did anything ever come in your mind about what if you did not get the help you needed and if your day would have been shot? Did that go through your mind at all?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Not really. I would have figured something. I would have like waved my hands or something, or asked somebody to please help me out or something.
Okay.
And then, mind you, while I was sitting there on the side, there were a lot of people still riding past me, asking if I was okay and stuff. I was saying yes, I'm okay. So there's definitely a lot of people who were supportive. So I would 100% probably ask somebody to help me out or call HR.
Okay. But at one point
If,
you were like, okay, I am okay, but I could use the help. Let
yeah,
me get this help that's being offered to me so that I can continue on from my race.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. 112 miles. Was it your first long ride or did you do in the gym? What was the longest ride that you had done to prepare for this race? Because you only had 2 months once you registered to
Yeah.
prepare on the bike. So what was the longest ride that you had done?
The longest, I think 56, 56, 56. Yeah. So like half.
Wow. This is where youth comes in, right? Like youth is a beautiful, beautiful thing, right? Like, and because you probably have been lifting weights, you were trained, like you can do that. And you also had the naivete of not knowing what to expect, which allowed you to be able to go out there and be like, okay, I am here to, whatever the day gives me, we're going to go with it. So I appreciate that and admire that. And you finished well within the time frame on the bike
Yeah.
and had room to spare. But I want to go back to your first transition because I think I skipped that. So your first transition from the swim to the bike, what was that like for you?
I felt I felt dizzy. I felt really dizzy. When I came out the water, I kind of like tripped on my own feet. I didn't know how lightheaded I was from I guess swimming for an hour straight. Um, so and then hearing my like wow, so when you come off the water and you're like running up this like kind of bridge onto like the land, I'm hearing the guy saying people's names and I heard my name and it made me smile. And it really made me think about like I just finished this one. I only have two more things to do. Seeing all these people around me, uh, trying to think. It's I was thinking a lot. I
Did you
was
switch clothes, like change clothes at all?
the only thing I switched out was I just got out of my wetsuit and put my bike helmet on and my I guess my bike shoes. I did have two different pair of shoes. Like I guess the shoes were just comfortable for me for the bike ride, and then my actual running shoes for the run. So I kind of just switched because I already had my suit under my wetsuit already.
Okay. So we just talked about T1. We did talk about the bike. So let's talk about T2. So you've swam 2.4 miles. You've went to your first transition. You've biked 112 miles. And now you're back to T2. What was that like getting back off the bike after 112 miles?
Honestly, I felt excited. I really felt like, okay, I could do this. Only 26 miles, right? Because this is what I thought. Okay, I would say I'm strong in is probably like running first, and then my running, and then swimming, and then biking, right? So when I got to the run, this is only the run, this is the part. I say I'm like decent, or I'm above average at running. So I was kind of excited to do the run and then get it over with, and then go eat some real food. Um, and then my cousins was there. I haven't seen in like in a long time, like a couple of months, like 4 months, and they were there cheering for me. So that really made me ex really happy there. They were there to see me doing this incredible race, and definitely my auntie Dana too, 100%. She was super supportive throughout the whole race, getting all the pictures for me. Um, but switching through the race, switching to putting my shoes on and getting off that bike and started running. Throughout. Oh wait. We want to get into the run or just stay in the.
Yeah, we
Okay,
want to hear
sorry,
all
sorry.
the details,
Okay,
Jaharie.
sorry. I was kind of being a little too excited. I was already kind of running a little fast at the beginning.
Hmm.
So it probably took me about like 50 minutes to like I would say like probably took me like 50 minutes to get maybe in like 4, maybe 5 miles already. So I was already kind of going I would say pretty fast. And then kind of from there, it started like I used all my energy at the beginning of the run and I kind of like wasted it. And then I was almost slower for the rest of the what like 21 miles. And I couldn't even like do a little like run, like a little run without my legs burning or cramping. And
Hmm.
all the and like I would say through the run, every time I seen like one of the support tents or when we get to the little like food area or like the bathrooms, I was always so excited because those are really like every checkpoint. Like I wasn't really thinking about the run. I wasn't thinking about the whole thing. I was just thinking about getting to every single tent. Every single tent, get to every single tent, eat you a banana, some grapes, drink you some water, and then get back to running and get to the next tent. And that's how I kind of really got through the run. And then I started talking to a lot of different people.
So your strategy, once you went full gas, because again, you don't know, you're just like, hey, I want to get to the end of the race. You use all your energy up in the first 5 miles, and then afterwards, you're like, I need to go into survival mode. And you go into survival mode by making it from aid station to aid station.
Yeah.
When you got to the finish line, and obviously throughout the course, you were talking to folks and making friends out there on the course, which happens sometimes. But when you got to the finish line, you looked like you were in your I don't think you were in your own body. What was that like? And what led you to that point of disillusion?
I'll tell you the truth. I was kind of like the last 10 miles, I think I was like in an autopilot mode. So because I kind of was just doing the same thing over again. Get to every aid station, drink something, eat something, and then just keep running. Right. So in kind of that last 10 miles, and then I realized I actually got there. And you can probably maybe seen me. And then when I did that turn, like I looked back, I realized I was there at the finish line and I forgot to ring the bell. Mm, I forgot to ring the bell for like when it was like your first Ironman. So how I felt was like I felt like it was long, but I felt like I got through it pretty fast too. But it's kind of I was just thinking so much. I was thinking about eating. I was thinking about seeing my family. I was thinking about sitting down. I was thinking about taking the shoes off. And I would say I kind of felt overwhelmed. People were screaming, yelling, a lot of people saying my name, cameras in my face. So I don't know, at the time I felt a little overwhelmed. I didn't realize like, hey, I just became an Iron Man because like so much was going on and I'm like so exhausted and tired.
Mm.
That's why it's really sad.
So you hear the famous words, Jaharie Osborne, you are an Ironman. In that moment, what were your feelings?
Goosebumps.
Mm,
I can't really say, but I knew I had big like goosebumps for sure.
wow. How do you believe that this training has helped prepare you and this race has prepared you for now w- continuing to pursue becoming a Navy SEAL?
Um, definitely now I can definitely put something on my belt. I actually did something like very hard because I wouldn't say I did like anything super hard in my life like the Ironman. So I could say I can, if I really put my mind to a lot of things, I can do it like SEALs or the Ironman. So I think I think the main thing I really learned from this is like mental strength. I feel like mental.
And you'll need a lot of mental strength, when becoming a Navy SEAL. Is there anyone that you looked up to? I know you told me that you watched a lot of videos prior to really getting into training. Who did you look up to during this point to help motivate you to get to the Ironman day?
I wouldn't say none of the videos. I would say really the people like my family, like my auntie Dana, my friend Donovan, the one who dared me to do it, and my auntie Dana's husband, his name is Hondo. So a lot of my family. So I didn't really want to let them down. And then the real main person is how I even got to do that for the Ironman or even do any of this is my cousin Sandy. She sponsored me. So with her company, yeah, the Fresno Black Chamber. So
You said the
yeah, Fresno,
Fresno Black Chamber of
yeah,
Commerce?
yeah.
Wonderful. Come on
Yeah, so she
through.
sponsored me. I should have said that at the beginning. Yeah,
That's
so I
okay.
only do this race and how I got my bike paid for, my running shoes, my new wetsuit, and almost like everything, pretty much everything you've seen in the race is, and how I even got into the race is because of her, and she sponsored me the whole time. So I wouldn't say I really looked up to someone, but I felt like I had really support. And I feel like I had to do this. I didn't want to let nobody down for sure.
Wow. Well, let me tell you, a lot of people sometimes have to have help to get to these races because it is very expensive sport. And the fact that your cousin Sandy and the Fresno Black Chamber of Commerce helped you, to me, that is absolutely what life is about. Like they helped you get to a dream point, helped you to see what's possible. And you
Yeah,
wouldn't have had that experience otherwise. And so let's give a shout out to people, including our family members and those who believe in us, who give us the opportunity to do the things that we love. And so at some point, there's everybody has had a person who believed in them to give them the opportunity to sponsor them. And so thank you, Sandy, and the Fresno Chamber of Commerce for allowing Jaharie Osborne to reach his first goal of hard things in becoming an Ironman. What um, a dope story. I want to talk about now. You're still in high
yeah,
school.
yeah,
The little fact that we hadn't talked about yet.
yeah,
You're still in high school. So how did you do the training and studying and keeping your hopefully keeping your grades up
yeah.
That's a lot. It's a lot for people who have a job, not even thinking about studying for something. So, how did you how did you maintain? And what did your okay, so how did you maintain? And what did your classmates say about you training?
So that's a whole nother part. Everybody at this school is so supportive. They even put up like posters up so they can watch me on the Ironman Tracker app. So everybody at my school is very supportive, the teachers and the students and stuff. And at my school, I won't say it's like a normal school. It's like a home school. So I only go there like 2 times a week.
Okay.
So and then when you do work, a lot of the work is on computer, and then you can go ahead, like you can go maybe 3 months ahead. So what I did is kind of like worked a lot. I did like about like maybe like 2 months work. Like not, I won't say 2 months, 1 month's work in like 2 weeks. So I could like really focus on training. And that's how I really got through school. So school wasn't really a problem. And a lot of my teachers were kind of, nice and was cheering me on. And I guess was being very lenient on me for sure.
You had a lot of grace, so that's good.
Yeah.
But did you have a coach throughout this process?
Uh, to be honest, probably ChatGPT definitely helped me. ChatGPT and like YouTube videos and like bike videos, but mainly ChatGPT for like the biking, swimming, and running, and for nutrition, all of it,
Okay,
all
so
the
give me a
tips.
prompt of what did you tell ChatGPT about your training mode, and then we'll do a prompt for nutrition because I want to hear what the machine had to say.
So I kind of just talked to ChatGPT like it's the first time, like, hey, I'm about to do the Ironman in about like 2 months. I need like a whole training schedule. I need something. I need like a cheap little training meal so I don't fall out while I'm training, right? So they gave me like a cool little training schedule for the pool and stuff and for the cycling. And I was asking a lot of questions like, hey, what are my chances of finishing the race of just only using the bike at the gym? And they were just telling me like it's way different versus a real bike and a bike and stuff. So so it gave me a prompt for like almost the swimming, running, and then like the biking at the gym, basically. And
All
then
right.
between that stuff, I always just ask like little questions like, okay, how does this work? Or how does that work? Like how, because I didn't know how like you take all your stuff to like all the places where like I don't know where you put your shoes at, or how you supposed to when you're supposed to bring in your bike, or you're bringing in your stuff, or the rules. So that's a lot of questions I asked ChatGPT. And I asked like my gear, like I'm making sure like do I need something that's like required, or maybe the shoes I'm wearing is not illegal or something for the run. So that's a lot of questions. So ChatGPT definitely helped me so much to definitely get through it.
You know that little emoji with the the half head and the thing is blown? That's how
Oh
I
yeah,
am right
yeah,
now. Like my mind is blown. Like I use the machines and I ask it like silly questions like, so if I do this, but you literally used it to get to the finish line.
yeah. I really did. I really did.
Wow. So what did the machines tell you about nutrition? Because when I do ask some pre-interview questions just to kind of get to know what's one thing, I think the question is, what's one thing you wish you would have learned? And your thing was nutrition.
Yeah.
So Chatty wasn't, or I like to call her Chatisha. So Chatisha, she was not friendly with you with the nutrition.
No, she kept telling me like nutrition is probably one of the most important things, but I'm gonna lie, I was probably lacking on nutrition the whole time. Like I kept eating stuff like this random, this whatever, just been eating whatever, and then I kind of locked in on actual nutrition probably like 2 weeks before the race, so to actually get all carved up. And honestly, I won't even say 2 weeks. I would say a week. I would say a week.
So Chatisha was telling you what to do and you wasn't
Yeah.
listening to her. Why?
I don't know, cause food at the time it'd be hard. It'd be hard to get some food.
That's true.
And
Listen.
then and you have to make a lot of the meals, and I didn't know how to really cook that well either. So
And Chatisha was not able to cook for you, huh?
yeah.
Not yet. Wow. Okay, so you use Chatisha to get your training plans to get nutrition. If you are to do it all over again, how would you train? And what would
I
you do
would,
differently?
I would definitely train for longer. Now I know what to really now I know what to do. I would pretty much train the same way. But the only thing I just rather like is probably have a bike, um, like my own personal bike, right? And then like nutrition, just really nutrition. And I wouldn't say I was really like carved up for the race. I'll probably say like I wasn't like super carved up, but I wasn't low either. So it's kind of like I guess average. So that probably would really help me on like recovery after.
Hmm. Okay. So,
And I would definitely say make sure to bring all my like bike tools and check all your bags, check your bike gear, check everything 3, 4 times if you need to.
yeah. Well, this has really, really, it's warmed my heart to hear the innocence and how you talk and share. And I would be so curious to hear you a few years from now when you've had a couple endurance races under your belt, you've become a Navy SEAL, because you're a high school senior. And when do you graduate?
December.
Of this year?
Yeah, this year. Yeah,
So,
so the end of December.
okay. So, like in uh, um, two
A
months,
month.
within two
Yeah,
months.
yeah, pretty much a month. Two
And
months.
and what's next after graduating in December? What are next? Like, you see me stuttering, like what? I can't even get it out. What are
Um,
your next steps after graduating in
well,
December?
I'm going to be training. I'm going to be training more for SEALs, like more fully on SEALs, and then studying on my ASVAB so I can get a high score on my ASVAB,
Hmm.
and then I'm going to do one more like a half Ironman Oceanside, and then like right after Oceanside, I'm probably going to go straight into the Navy and go to basic
Wow,
and try to be a SEAL. Go for the SEAL.
I love it. I love it. I actually will be almost interested in talking to you after that to see the growth in who you've become, because I believe training for an Ironman changes you,
Oh
and
yeah,
doing an
yeah,
Ironman race changes you. So tell me if you're agreeing, because I think you just agreed.
yeah.
What changed you, and how are you different than when you started training?
What's changed me? Like I think what changed me is really how I look on like people, to be honest. Like honestly, I thought like before I did the Ironman and all the videos I watched, I never seen like older, like all the videos I watched, I never seen like an older person making a video of them doing the Ironman. All I saw like I guess the biggest videos of like these young, like super ripped guys. So I thought it was always just like a bunch of like super athletic people doing the Ironman. But I think if like I said this once, I think if you really just train and really work hard or study hard or whatever you're doing, I think you really can do it. I think you really can do an Ironman. I really think you could get in that college or anything if you really just put your mind to it. And I don't think I think you can do an Ironman at any age. And it's funny because I always be asking my family like, "Hey, when are you gonna do Ironman? Like, hey, I can train with you. Like, I train you. We can do the Ironman together." So I would say my look on it on people,
Mm,
100%.
okay. The view about anybody can do it, doesn't matter your age, your size. And I think you did. You started the podcast with that, is that, hey, like it changed my perspective of seeing people out there on the course. And it does, because you're right. There's only a few perspectives. I'll say a few because there are women who do it, young women who do the race as well. And so I think the perspectives are definitely very limited when you come to like training for an Ironman race. And so that in itself is a good opportunity for others to showcase and document their journey so that they can too uh, have different perspectives out there for people to say, hey, so can you. You can do this as well. Wow. Um, I am really just in awe and admire your discipline, admire your courage, the grit, to take on such a big dare from a friend, not knowing how things are going to get paid, but yet your family's stepped in the gap with you with different resources that they had to ensure that you could have the experience, um, or one of many memories of your youth to carry you into becoming a Navy SEAL, which I think will be very, very helpful. You mentioned the mental, and you've mentioned that several times. And I am curious to know, in wanting to become a Navy SEAL, how do you think this experience has mentally prepared you for this path?
I think I could try to think of it as like I feel like I try to think of it as like okay, every day of me doing like SEAL training or in buds for SEALs is like the mindset I have to have of like doing the Ironmans. So what I'm trying So as hard as I thought, like how hard I thought the Ironman was, I thought I'm thinking like that, like but every single day for
Mm.
training for buds, pretty much seals. That's if I put it in the right words.
So essentially, the Ironman race portion was just prep work.
Yeah, I'll say that prep work.
Okay.
Prep work, kind of see how far I can push my mental.
Mm, okay. Well, Jahari, thank you so much. And I just let you know we're not finished yet. We're about to go into some rapid fire. But I have to think really quickly. So I'm taking my time as I'm talking to you right now to think of some questions because a lot of the questions that I usually ask are for people who've done a few races. But it's different for you this time. And so as I'm thinking in my mind, we're about to get started with our um, rapid fire. So rapid fire is quick. Um, so let's just get right into it. You try beginner's luck. Like you went out for something, you did it. What does it mean to you in your own words now that you've lived it? And how would you encourage someone else?
Honestly, how to encourage somebody else. I want to try to tell them about it, how and tell them how I feel, how it made me change, how it made me change on like how I thought about people and how
Mhm.
good it make you feel as a person too of doing something so hard and meeting all these wonderful people too. And I felt really I and another thing, maybe I'm probably like a little backtracking. I felt really comfortable doing the Ironman too. Even though I was very young, I would say like all the people I met, like it felt I wouldn't say I felt a connection, but I felt there. I felt like I was supposed to be there, like meeting all these people, definitely talking to a lot of people on the race. So I will say like meeting a lot of different people and talking to all these different type of people definitely changed. I don't know how to say it.
It's okay. Well, let's do this.
Yeah, yeah.
What was
Sorry.
your favorite leg of the race that day?
My leg,
The favorite leg of the race, was it swim, bike, or the run on race day?
probably probably the swim. Probably the swim.
Okay.
Swim. You know, I wasn't exhausted. And before the swim, when I was talking to people while we're all in our wetsuits, waiting like an hour to go into the water, a lot of people are giving me tips how to get in the water. So they made me feel more on like feel easier on getting into the water and giving me tips. So I'm definitely say the swim. And it was probably the most fun. Well, the
Mhm.
most fun part too.
Do you listen to music or podcasts while you train or absolute silence?
No, silence. Silence.
Okay. Why silence when you train?
So it's more for like buds for like so for Navy SEALs. So because you're not gonna be doing music while doing the hard swimming there or and I don't know, you're getting drowned in a pool or something, right? Or doing those long runs. So I try to train myself to how to be more like in my head through the whole time. And that's probably another thing in the Ironman. I thought I would be more in my head the whole time, like trying to be like autopilot mode and just try to get through it. So that's probably the main reason why I don't really listen to music or listen to podcasts when I train. Because I don't know, I kind of feel like it's like, I don't know what David Goggins says. It's cheating. Cheating.
So that's who you've been listening to. No shade to David, but makes sense. I love it. Okay. Um, what or who inspires you?
To do what? To be SEALs
Just
or
in general,
Ironman?
who inspires you or what inspires you? Can be for anything.
I'll probably say wrestling. Wrestling probably inspired me to start doing all these like crazy, challenging things like the Ironman or doing the 12-mile swim with my friend. And my next Ironman, probably wrestling, because probably wrestling is probably the time I really learned about how pushing your mental strength and pushing your body for sure. When I wasn't like someone in a normal high school, my junior year all the way through freshman, when I
Okay.
was doing wrestling, and my coaches there, wrestling is I think wrestling changed my preference on life too. Definitely, 100%.
Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Sorry, stuck me. Well, we're excited to see you carry on, but I can't let you leave here without answering one question. Do you pee on the bike or get off, or did you get off and take a proper pee break?
Um, Probably at the beginning I tried, and then it kind of gone downhill from there. So like sometimes I try, and then like because sometimes it just be sometimes I'd be like, all right, I don't need to use the bathroom while I'm passing the aid station, and like 2 minutes after just passing the aid station, I need to use the bathroom. So yeah, sometimes you just have to let it go and
Well, it's okay. We've all been there before.
yeah,
Well, Jahari, thank you. Thank you so much. We have this saying that when you try beginner's luck, you always win. And
100%.
Jahari, you are um, an anomaly, right? Like you not only tried beginner's luck, but you really went big and you tried beginner's luck in completing your first Ironman with Ironman California. So congratulations again, and thank you so much for sharing your story. And we're excited to see you become a Navy SEAL and to watch you at Oceanside next year. Well, for those of you who've been listening, I hope you've enjoyed this episode as much as I have enjoyed asking the questions and really getting into it. Be sure to like, follow us, and share this with your friends and encourage them to try. Like we have our first 18-year-old on here who did his first Ironman. So what more can we do to invite others into this amazing sport? Um, that's it for us. My name is Mashonda Miles, also known as Mashonda Shines on the social web. So follow me there and follow Try Beginner's Luck. And guess what? We are out. Peace. Bye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in and listening to this episode. We need your help so we can continue to try at TBL. So for more information on where you can find and subscribe to this podcast, visit www.trybeginnersluck.com. And don't forget, whenever you try beginner's luck, you always win.